Well, Managing Director and Chief Executive of Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation, Bello Hassan, has reaffirmed the corporation's commitment to improving depositors' fund safety in the financial system. Speaking at a stakeholders retreat of the Senate Committee on Banking, Insurance and Other Financial Institutions held in Lagos, Bello adds that the majority of customers of the defunct Heritage Bank have now been paid. Arise Business Producer Lillian Jijingi-Agudah was at the event and shares this report.
Despite high inflation, a volatile exchange rate and other macroeconomic headwinds in Nigeria, financial institutions in the country contributed more than 6% to the real GDP in the second quarter of this year. Chairman of the Senate Committee on Banking, Insurance and Other Financial Institutions, Adetokunbo Abiru, attributes the sector's resilience to institutional strength, regulators and the laws governing them. Abiru, however, suggests more collaboration as key for continuous improvement.
The emphasis is how do we continue to strengthen, using through the instrumentality of legislation, the resilience of the banking industry. And of course, they being the regulators, that is why this partnership and this retreat in particular has taken place. So, we are in a world today that is very dynamic, and of course, both globally, we have issues that we have been seeing from different parts of the world that can possibly lead into recessions. And of course, you know of the Russian-Ukraine war. There is also the Israeli and Hamas war as well. They all have very strong implications for global economic situations. And of course, Nigeria is not exempted. And you know, the very first sector where you see the kind of shocks that can arise from developments like this that we see, of course, is usually in the banking sector. So, and that is why, retreats like this are very, very important. So we'll continue to look for ways to fortify the resilience of our banking industry.
The Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation Managing Director, Bello Hassan, on the sidelines of the retreat, says majority of the defunct Heritage Bank depositors have been paid. He also assures customers in various banks of the safety of their deposits, despite the recent crisis arising from some system upgrade by some of the banks that left bank customers stranded.
Let me use this opportunity to assure Nigerian public that the banking system is sound and resilient. This is not a sentiment. What do we use to measure that? We look at the key financial soundness indicators. If you look at the level of capital adequacy, the earning from performance, the liquidity ratio, the asset quality, all these parameters are well above the minimum threshold. So I can confidently say that the banking system in Nigeria is sound and safe. And I want to urge all banking public to continue to transact with banks that are licensed within the system. They should not entertain any fear. They are safe and sound. Heritage customers, we have paid largely all the insured depositors, except those that have challenges. Challenges in the sense that there are some accounts that are on PND due to court order or from regulatory authorities, so those ones we cannot pay them. And there are a few customers that they have not come forward to give us their alternate account. You understand? Because the alternate account that we're able to retrieve from the NIFS BVN database, those accounts, they have some restrictions in terms of amount you can actually pay into them. So we have not been able to make those payments because the transactions have failed. So we are urging those class of depositors to come forward so that they can give us alternate account in order to pay them the insured amount. Concerning the uninsured, we have already kicked in the process to realize all the assets and also make recoveries in terms of loans and advances so that we can pay the uninsured depositors as well as creditors. About 2 weeks ago, we published in the papers and also announced in the media that we are going to auction the charters of a defunct Heritage Bank, which we have done successfully. We are now moving to the next stage very soon. Either the next coming week, we are also going to advertise for the disposal of the buildings owned by the defunct bank. This is all in an attempt to gather more resources so that we can pay these uninsured depositors as well as other claimants subsequently.
The consensus from here is that with effective collaboration, frequent exchange of ideas, and the right regulatory environment and laws, Nigeria's financial sector will continue to play its central role in boosting the country's economic growth and development. Lillian Jijingi-Agudah, Arise News.